Uh-huh. You alright?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm decent, thank you.
Good.
Let me just
Welcome
adjust.
to our Instagram live. For anyone who doesn't know Kelechi, he's a high jumper for Blackie from Bromley. So I guess we'll just get started. We can start from the beginning. So how did you get into How did you get into athletics, and why Blackie from Bromley?
Well, I got into athletics through, like school county competitions and school sports days. They would literally look at me and say, "You're tall, you're quite lanky. I think you do good in the high jump." And they picked me for the high jump every time. Um, in school sports days, I always used to win the high jump without any training, so it came kind of natural to me. Um, so yeah, that's how I got into the high jump. And Blackie from Bromley, specifically, I remember meeting Rico at a competition, and I asked for a few numbers to get into the team. And the next week, I was there in training. I signed, I think, the week later, and that's how I got into Blackie. Yeah,
So with it sounds like your school directed you towards high jump,
yeah.
specifically. But were there any other events you have tried or that you wanted to try and haven't had the chance to?
I definitely want to try pole vault, because I've always kind of had a fear of pole vault. Like, it's always been that kind of taboo thing that I would always look at but never get close to. So definitely the pole vault. I'd like to try out a 400, honestly. I'll probably die at first 200, but it would be nice to give it a try. And I think um, with a crowd in a competition, I think I'll put on a good performance because I never really run track. You only ever see me on the field.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, it would be interesting to see. And I think you've got John Wakeman watching, so you've seen the pole vault now.
coach me.
I'm going to hold you to it. um,
Yeah.
so, did you do any other sports before athletics, or?
I was very much a footballer before athletics. I played for the school team. I played for teams after, outside of school.
Yeah.
And athletics wasn't really my main thing. But yeah, it was very much football all the time. But I decided to stick with athletics because some injuries from football were carrying over, and yeah, so I just decided to stick with high jump.
Stick with one.
Yeah.
Um, so, what year did you actually get into athletics, like competitively?
Um, I would say 2016. I had two competitions in 2016 and two competitions in 2017, but 2018 was really that breakout year to get me on the scene. I started doing Southern Leagues, I started doing YDLs.
Hmm.
So yeah, 2018 was the main year.
Yeah. Would you say it was like a team type thing that kind of kept you going then, like you said, with the YDLs and the Southern Leagues?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah. The whole team supporting, the whole team kind of collectively winning. It's all nice winning your individual event, but as a team at those YDL finals, we need people to celebrate with, we need people to talk to. So yeah, definitely a team, collective collaboration.
So last year, England English schools, you
Yeah,
came second. What was that
yeah.
like?
English schools was great. It was my first and last English schools. Great experience, great atmosphere. It was nice to kind of submerge myself within the Kent team, and there was already a lot of Black Eve and Bromley athletes in the Kent team, so I knew a lot of people. A great opportunity to uh, make new friends and everything. Yeah, the competition was great too, regardless of how it ended. It was great.
I don't know. It's impressive though. Second at like your first English schools and stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, no,
definitely.
good. Um, so you're now in. I think you mentioned earlier you're doing a foundation year at uni.
Yeah, I just finished
I love
foundation. Yeah,
you just finished it.
yeah.
So what's training like there? How does it differ to back home?
So in the past few weeks, I've been following a adapted training program. So it's kind of it misses out all the gym stuff, all the exercises and drills that require equipment and things that I don't have access to. So I have a group. Had a group in Loughborough that I was training with, and we would do one-to-one kind of sessions sometimes, or group sessions with my coach Fuzz Khan via FaceTime, and he would guide us through the training. and would give us instant feedback on our kind of movement, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it went.
Okay. So back when you were training, obviously, do you feel like having those training partners there helped you as a high jumper, or like just having them there to watch and yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like training alone is you can master training alone and get good at it, but when you're training with other people, it kind of gives you that push. It kind of gives you that thing you're missing. It kind of fills a void. So yeah, I think it's great. I think we need people around. We need people to constantly push each other, and even if you're competing against each other, it's good for both parties. We
Yeah.
both push each other up. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that though, obviously now you're back home, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
in London, back in London. Yeah.
so with training, you're now back on your own, obviously because of lockdown. And how are you coping with that?
Honestly, throughout the whole of 2019, I trained pretty much on my own the whole time with my local park and maybe two training sessions at Norman Park. So I'm kind of going back to my roots. I like to call it the trenches. You know, I moved up to Loughborough and it's all nice facilities and stuff, but I kind of got to keep that hungry mindset. So for me, I'm very much introverted. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I prosper being on my own sometimes. And yeah, the training's going fine. I follow the program. I find the motivation from within,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
No, it is unfortunate with lockdown and everything because this year was going quite well for you.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
currently ranked #1 for under
yeah,
20, and you also got your first England vest this year.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what was that experience like? Actually, that competition.
Right. Where yeah, in it was an international competition in the Czech Republic, Hustopech. Yeah, it was a great competition. It was like my ideal competition. My coach had actually asked me on the week of that competition, "Do you feel like you're going to do something big soon?" And I told him I'm going to join the 20 club. And it's crazy because that's what actually happened. So great competition. Everybody there at the high jump only competition is there for the high jump.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's everybody is so immersed in the competition. You get a clap going, everybody's there, everyone's close to the action. It's all good. It was the perfect conditions and perfect atmosphere for to jump high. So yeah,
So yeah, you jumped to PB. Um,
yeah, 222, yeah, yeah,
yeah, which then broke the club record for under 20, and I think possibly the under 23 and senior records as
yeah,
well.
yeah. It was great.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that must be good.
yeah.
Like, how did actually being picked for that? How did that happen?
How did that happen? So my first my first competition in 2020 indoor competition was a Loughborough Open meet, and I managed to PB there. I jumped 215, and that put me quite high on the under 20 rankings quite early. Me and Sam Brereton jumped 215, so we was up there, joined first, and me and Sam, amongst other many other people in our training group, were ideal candidates to get selected for the international meet in Hustopech, Czech Republic. So yeah, it was perfect. We got our marks up there quite early, and it paid off. We were selected. It was good.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Going
Yeah,
back to uni again. So, what is it that you are studying?
I will hopefully. Well, I yes, I will be studying sports and exercise science
Okay.
first year this
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
And why was it? What was it about that course that made you pick it?
I really think it's the content. I feel like I am attracted to what comes natural to me. I've always been so good at PE, the physical side and the academic side. It's just come natural to me. The revision is not so much of a chore. You know, so I've always scored high in my exams and for PE, and it's just carried on. I just want to keep on having fun with it. I don't want to kind of make do something that's a chore. It's not fun. I'm gonna fall off at one point. I want to keep on, you know, pushing hard with it.
Pushing going through. So,
Uh,
are there any particular competitions that you hope will go ahead, either towards the end of the season or anything that's been postponed to next year?
um, the outdoor competitions for this year, I've kind of lost hope for, honestly, because they've all kind of been announced that they've been postponed or cancelled. So I'm hoping that the bbhac competitions, the Loughborough Internationals, the Europeans in 2021 all go on. And yeah, I'm not anticipating anything in 2020
Yeah,
outdoors, but as I say, I'm ready. Like I feel like I'm ready to compete now. That's fine. But I won't anticipate it because I don't want to kind of
yeah.
expect something that might not happen. But yeah,
Okay, so with looking to next year, what would you say your aims are for um, next season?
right. I want to stay consistent. I want to kind of, I definitely want to stay consistent, and there's a lot of material and external type goals that I would like to say, but I feel like I battle with some internal battles sometimes. It's trust battles with my process and how much I believe in myself. I've
Yeah,
got these little battles in myself that I need to win, and my goal is to win all of those kind of battles within, regardless of what happens
yeah,
externally, regardless if I clear the bar or not, regardless if I win the competition. I want to feel like I've believed in myself and the process enough to
yeah,
win those internal battles. That's really all I want to do, honestly. And hopefully that's going to look good on the outside. Hopefully that's going to look like a 230-meter jump. Hopefully that's going to look like a major international representation. You know, hopefully these internal wins will show outside.
yeah. No, it sounds good. It sounds like you've got a lot of like small steps on the way to a bigger goal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so that's more near future. But in terms of further than that, with athletics and then
yeah.
obviously hopefully studying sports science, are you looking to take that as a career path or?
Yeah, definitely. There was a time in my life where I kind of sacrificed everything and just
Yeah.
went for being an athlete fully.
Hmm.
But I had to kind of track back and say, okay, I'm gonna need something to fall back on. So I'm balancing the two, but I'm definitely going for I'm definitely going for to be an athlete. If I can be an athlete full time, I want to do something that Dina's doing. She's kind of got her degree and she's doing university. She's done university and she's so successful. That'll be the ideal thing, to have something to fall back on and be a great athlete at the same time.
Yeah. I just seen Nick said in the comments, why only
Yeah,
290 when you can do 235 at least?
that's great. I want to do 250. Okay, I want to do 240. Right. In terms of like near future, 230 plus. I'll say 230 plus. And then obviously as I progress, those 240s. And I like to define this as a triple X. So it's a kind of 230 something. So it's three digits.
Mhm.
It's XXX. All these things are unknown. I don't really care about the height. If you know, if I have won those internal battles, the height doesn't really matter to me. I see the height as a bonus. Whatever I've jumped is a bonus. When I jumped the 220s and the 222s, I was not focused on the height. I was focused on the process. I was focused on the present moment. What do I need to do to get over this bar? It doesn't matter what height the bar's at. I just need to get over it. I need to focus on this process and the task at hand. That's the only thing that matters to me in the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you know what it is that you want to do to get you
yeah,
there, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
Um,
definitely.
Earlier there was a comment from Harry saying the shortest and the tallest person I
Oh yeah, I
know.
saw that. That's funny. That's
So
pretty funny.
in terms of that, height as a aspect of your high jump, obviously,
Yeah,
I would assume someone your height is probably going to be able to jump quite a bit higher than I would.
yeah, definitely,
So,
naturally.
but obviously, I know you've then got the problem of once you've actually got up that high, bringing
Yeah,
the rest of your body with you,
yeah, yeah.
so to speak. Do you think the height is more of a help than a hindrance, but are there disadvantages to it?
So I definitely think it helps. I definitely think it helps. There are some disadvantages, but the advantages outweigh the disadvantages quite heavily.
Yeah,
Because I'm quite tall, I don't need to do as much to get over a bar, so, compared to someone shorter. However, there are disadvantages, such as, you know, tall people generally weigh more, and especially in a high jump, weight is you know, a contributing factor to your success. And shorter people actually have a lower center of gravity, which is better
mm-hmm.
for the high jump. So, you know, it'll balance out. But if you are taller, you have an advantage, period.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
No, that's yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
um, but so yeah, because I can imagine it must have been like when you first start school competitions. If
Right.
when you shot up a bit, there was probably some heights that you could probably step, whereas some people were.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. That was my main advantage. That's how it really all started. You know, they just had a look at me. You're tall,
Yeah,
you're lanky, you do good at this event. Go and do it. And I had no training. I literally just ran and jumped, and it worked out. And
hope for the best.
yeah, they say I'm built for the high jump. So
Yeah,
really, the high jump chose me in a very humble way. The high jump chose me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you like do those teachers who first pointed it out to you? Do they know about what you're doing now? Do you still hear anything from them?
Not so much, not as much as I would like to, but I, while I was in secondary school, let's say 2018,
Hmm.
I was I was doing quite well that year, and they knew that they were aware of what I was doing when I went to English schools in 2019. In fact, they sent me a letter saying good luck and everything. So, yeah, they knew. They definitely knew about it. Yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, and good that they pointed you in the right direction with
yeah,
competitions wise.
yeah,
So
exactly.
um, going back to the start again, would you say that there's anyone who's like really supported you, or not even necessarily the start, but everything else? But who would you say has really supported you through it?
Um, I would I would definitely say my coaches, team managers, my family, training group. But specifically, I'd like to kind of thank and give some energy to my first ever high jump coach. His name's Keith Liston. He took me on, raw prospect, believed in me from the start, and he was telling me I could jump 2 meters when I had a PB of 180, and I was barely getting over 180 in training. So I would look at him and kind of be like, "You sure you know what you're talking about?" And he would just say, "Yeah, like I see it in you." He was looking 2 years ahead, and I was kind of not. I didn't really believe, if you want me to be honest, but we stuck through, and we got there in the end. And I'd like to give a big thank to all the team managers for the moral and financial support
Mm-hmm.
around 2019 and 2018, because there were some times where I couldn't pay for competition fees and competition accommodation for some events, and they just said, sign the documents. We'll cover the payment for you, and that was so helpful at the time.
Yeah,
So I can't thank them enough for that, and I'm forever grateful.
definitely. No, that's good. Nick's just said something else about you can also triple jump. How
Yeah,
does
yeah.
that happen?
Honestly, that's just another thing for like points and stuff. In YDLs, I would mainly do the high jump, but after my high jump competition, or sometimes before, they would ask me to do the triple jump just to get in some points for the team, because there wouldn't be anyone doing the triple jump,
Yeah.
and I was fine with that as long as I stayed injury free. I would do that triple jump, no, 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 no problem. Yeah,
No, no, it sounds good. A lot of team spirit as well. Um,
yeah.
if there anyone is looking to start high jump, what would you say are your main tips for that?
Okay. Firstly, I would say be patient. I know it sounds cliche, very cliche, but for the first 2 years of my athletics career, I had a PV of 180. I didn't improve one bit. The third year, I improved by 27 centimeters. The next year, only by 3 centimeters. Then the next year, which is this year, the whole 12 centimeters.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be patient. Secondly, I would say study the history of high jump or your sport, because there's so much tactical and technical advice and uh, advice that you could really take onto your own process, and it'll work in your advantage every time. Thirdly, believe in yourself. I would say believe in yourself before anything and anyone else. It's all nice having that external support and belief, but that really means nothing if you don't believe in yourself. It's
Yeah.
all got to come. It's all got to come from within. Lastly, I would say develop a good relationship with your coach, because your coach is essentially your fuel, your backbone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you need to be able to, you need to be free to, you know, express your thoughts and ideas and how you're feeling. You know, your coach is your guide, your kind of backbone, as I said. So definitely have a good relationship with your coach, healthy relationship. It's good for longevity,
Yeah.
sure.
No, it sounds good. You definitely know what what it is that you need to do and what
Yeah,
they're going to help you.
sure.
Ian's just asked what your triple jump PB is, if you know it.
13 meters and 1 centimeter.
Nice, that's good.
Yeah.
The long legs.
No
And
training, by the way.
Nick's just said as well. He's, I think you thrown yourself in there with saying you wanted to do a 400.
Yeah, I've dug myself a big hole, haven't I? But honestly, train me for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to
Looking
run,
forward to
you know.
seeing you in the relay.
Yeah, yeah. Sign me up. Honestly, sign me up. I'm gonna buy some track shoes. I'm gonna put the field event shoes aside and get on the track for once.
Bit of run. But no,
Yeah,
it sounds good. Thank you for taking time to talk to us today. Just
no
wait and see
problem,
if
no
there's
problem.
anything from anyone else come through. Just give them a minute just in case. But otherwise,
Cool.
thank you for your time, and
Oh, thank you.
it was good to hear from you. And good luck for the rest of your athletics career.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, so there's nothing else. So I think if we just end it there. And yeah,
Cool.
thank you. Oh wait, you. Oh yeah. So yeah,
All right,
thank you.
cool.
All right.
Enjoy your day. See ya.
See you. Bye.